Hey YouTube, it's Tyler the Antenna Man. In this video, I'm going to talk about how many PBS stations across the country took millions of dollars from the FCC incentive auction to either put their over-the-air signal off the air or move to a low VHF frequency. Now, just as a heads up, this video isn't meant to be a direct aim or diss at PBS, but rather to provide some transparency on what actually happened if you used to get a local PBS station, but you can no longer pick them up. If you're seeing me for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Some of you heard me say the FCC incentive auction. What is that? Well, you should ask, what was that, because it already happened. Back in 2017, the FCC held an auction essentially asking if some TV stations were willing to take a sum of money to put their signal off the air or move to VHF in order to make room for wireless providers. Essentially, there was not enough room for all the TV stations that were on the air back in 2017 to move to lower frequencies and there not be serious problems. So the FCC held an auction where some stations would go, oh yeah, I'll go off the air for 50 million. Oh yeah, I'll channel share for 70 million. Oh, I'll completely go off the air for $200 million. Hundreds of TV stations across the country took billions of dollars in FCC money to ultimately put their stations off the air or move to a lower frequency. The majority of the stations simply channel shared with another channel in the market, so that way viewers didn't really notice a difference. So for example, if a Fox station sold their spectrum, they would hop on board with the ABC station in the area and you would just run a rescan and you would not notice a difference. But some stations went to low VHF. So one example of this is PBS 39 in my area of the Lehigh Valley in eastern Pennsylvania. They took about $82 million to put their channel off the air and channel share with another station in the market. At first it sounded kind of scary, but it actually worked out pretty well. The station they shared with ended up having a stronger signal that did better in the Pocono Mountain region compared to their signal they had before that just didn't work too well. They also used some of the proceeds to launch a local newscast and radio station. However, many areas were not so lucky. Some PBS stations took payouts in the FCC incentive auction and moved to the low VHF band. This band is a complete nightmare for over-the-air TV, and I know from experience. It requires a longer antenna element to pick up. I'm talking about like a 6-foot wide element in order to be reliably picked up. Ask the people in Philadelphia how easy it is to pick up 6 AVC. On top of that, the low VHF band is incredibly noisy and prone to interference from so many sources. LED light bulbs, electrical appliances, power lines. There is a reason why many countries no longer use low VHF to broadcast TV stations on. Some of the PBS stations that took money from the FCC incentive auction to move their over-the-air signal to the low VHF band include WQED in Pittsburgh, they got about $10 million, WSBE in Providence, they got about $94 million, and WGBH in Boston. They took a whopping $219 million to move their over-the-air signal to low VHF. I attached a link in the description to a list of all TV stations that sold their spectrum in the FCC incentive auction and how much money they got. It was not just PBS, but I found that many PBS stations moved to low VHF rather than channel shared with another station in the market. I've gotten dozens of emails from people in Pittsburgh and Boston that can no longer get their local PBS station, likely because they don't have a good antenna for low VHF. But even if they get a good antenna for low VHF, the band just has a lot of problems. There is a reason why many countries no longer use it for TV broadcasting. You can find out if a station in your area is on the low VHF band by going to antennaweb.org, typing in your address, and then look at the RF channel. If the channel number is between 2 and 6, then the channel is on low VHF. And if it's PBS, there's a good chance that they sold their spectrum in the FCC incentive auction. Again, I'm not making this video to single out PBS. There were many other network affiliates involved in the FCC incentive auction, but rather I want this video to provide some transparency. It kind of annoys me to see some PBS stations sold out their over-the-air viewers to go on a trash signal and then continue to ask for donations. I guarantee you that none of the PBS stations said exactly what happened. It probably went something like this. Hey everyone, this is Tyler from PBS 27. I just want to give you guys a heads up that we are moving to a new frequency, and you will have to run a rescan in order to continue picking us up. If you can't get us, you may need to upgrade your antenna. What I'm not telling you guys is that we took about $200 million to move to a bad frequency. After all, our CEO needs a new car. Seriously, folks, just look at the salaries of those involved with WGBH in Boston. That's pretty good for a nonprofit that relies on public funds, volunteers, and donations. So what do you do if you live in an area that has PBS or any station on the low VHF band? You need a very special antenna in order to reliably pick up a station on the low VHF band. I attached a few links in the description of this video to some recommended antennas that have low VHF capability. And if you're not sure which antenna would work best for you, I do offer custom antenna recommendations on my website at antennamanpa.com. Now I'll say this again, this video is not meant to call out PBS as a whole. I'm sure some of you have opinions on it, and you're totally entitled to have your opinions on PBS and all of that. But this video is mainly to provide some transparency to the TV stations that took payouts from the FCC incentive auction and did not tell their viewers what exactly happened. Another video that's good to check out that I made about a year ago is about the owner of Dell Computers. Michael Dell created this company that essentially bought out smaller TV stations in rural areas and then sold their spectrum in the FCC incentive auction and did not channel share or move to low VHF. The channels just went off the air completely. I attached a link in the description of this video to that video. I guarantee you guys, if you have not seen that video, definitely check it out. You won't be disappointed to learn about the corruption of that company. It'll make you think twice the next time you go into a store to buy a new laptop and you see the Dell brand. You might want to step aside if you use an antenna for TV. Thanks again for watching this YouTube video. Again, make sure to check out the description of this video. I have plenty of links there to low VHF antennas, the stations that took millions to go off the air from the FCC, and then also some other videos that gives a more in-depth background about the FCC incentive auction, FCC repack, and what the owner of Dell Computers did. If you're on Facebook, like my Facebook page at facebook.com/antennamanpa. If you're not on Facebook and would like to receive email updates on when I post new videos, I try not to send too many emails. I do about one a week, so you won't be spammed by me. I do have an email list that you are free to sign up to. I attached the link in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned some things in this video. This is one of my more in-depth educational videos I made. Continue to watch my channel and support it. Have an awesome day.